I believe that this door hinge perfectly encapsulates a story on how I've been able to use modern technology such as iPhone shortcuts combined with AI such as Gemini to help tame my ADHD. Now, what a hook. That's a weird kind of opener. So let me explain the significance of the door hinge. So I have ADHD, and one of the things I've realized is at the end of the evenings especially, I'll go to sit down in my chair, I want to watch a show, my kids are playing in the basement, maybe they have a friend over, and they are yelling, and they have left that door open to the basement for the 100th time. And I get sensory overload from too much sound for sure. And it's just something that seems to bother me more than most. And right now I'm experiencing this moment of friction where I'm like, I do not want to get up for the 100th time to close the basement door that they keep leaving open over and over and over again. Normally what I would do is I would just get annoyed and then I would forget about it. But now I'm leveraging modern technology, and here's what I do. I have an iPhone shortcut built into my iPhone, so when I double tap the back of the phone, it opens a dictation note that goes into Google Keep for me. So right now you can see that it's capturing all of my thoughts, but the important thing is when I encounter friction in my life, I make sure I start these notes off with the word friction and then what that friction is. So what you can see on the screen now are a series of notes that are recorded in my Google Keep, which is just a way of essentially having a digital sticky note system. And you can see this last one was included here, but when I have a note that has the word friction in it, I have automations that fire. And the way that those automations fire are through the AI tool, Gemini. So you may not be aware of this, but when you have Gemini, you can go into the lower left and go into the settings, and I want you to look at connected apps. If you have it set up through Google Workspace, which I do, it's like $20 a month to set up through Google Workspace. I've enabled it so that it can have access to all of my different Google apps, including Google Keep. So then what it happens is when I have this Google Keep note in here, Gemini can now access it. So what I've done is I've created what's called a scheduled action. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, you can click settings and go to scheduled actions. And I have one that's called my Keep Point Guard. So I click edit here just because I want to show you the instructions. And this has a series of instructions, and one of them is specifically about friction. You can see this one here. It says prefix. You can see this one here. It's hard to say, but it's prefix friction. And it says clean up the note text in a readable, scannable format. So then step 2, act as a productivity research. Analyze the note, identify the root cause of the friction, and brainstorm 1 to 3 practical high-impact ways to reduce or automate it. Step 3, using the append function, attach the root cause and brainstorm solutions to the bottom of the original Keep note. Step 4, open the Google Doc titled Friction List and create it if it does not exist, and append the cleaned up description of the friction and your proposed solutions to this matter list. So what ends up happening is this scheduled action fires, and then it goes into this friction list document. So you can see here that I have basement door left open noise. And basically what happened was I did one of these notes real quick, and I said the basement door is frequently left open by the kids, creating a very loud upstairs environment. It requires constantly getting up to manually close it. Then it comes up with 3 different solutions. And when I looked at it, I was like, no, voice alerts doesn't sound great. A spring closer, install of a surface mounted safety spring door closer sounds like it's too difficult. But spring hinges sounded interesting because I already have hinges on the door. And then what I can do is just retrofit existing door hinges with adjustable self-closing spring hinges. So this ends up going into an actual place. So now what ends up happening is instead of me just being frustrated for hearing the kids yelling downstairs for the 100th time and having to close that door over and over again, I've now captured the friction. It goes into a Google Keep note. An automation fires and updates a Google Doc that when I have some free time, I can work on the friction items in my life. So you can see how powerful this is as a tool. But the scheduled action that I have here has much more than just friction items in my life. What you can see here in the instructions is that if an action starts with the word event is the first prefix, then schedule the details of it into my Google Calendar. So it automatically will parse that note and it will create an event. There's also, if one starts with the word action, it goes into my Google Tasks so that it captures that. So anything that it's more of like a to-do, because in this particular case, I didn't have a solution in mind. I just wanted to capture the friction. Actually, I have a to-do right now. I need to check the hot tub for to see if I need to add chlorine to it. Action, check hot tub for chlorine. So what I have there is a low friction system because all I have to do is double tap and then talk out loud with one keyword. And then this automation on the screen, the scheduled action, is going to run every night or every morning at 6 a.m. And it's going to go through and then add that into my Google Tasks. Because again, it's just one more thing that's floating out there in the ether that can drive you crazy if you have ADHD. The reason these things will drive you crazy is that you have so many ideas and ideas come to you so fast. It's like a fire hose of ideas, but your short-term memory does not work as well. So maybe the average person can remember 5 to 7 things. Maybe your short-term memory is 2 to 3 things. So it's like having that fire hose of ideas and to-dos and trying to catch all the water with a thimble. It's just not going to work. So by having the system that's, again, low friction, just double tapping this and it opens up into Google Keep. I dictate into Google Keep with certain keywords, and I'll show you more of them here as well. So we have action. I also have the word contains email, so it'll draft up an email for me so it's ready for me in my email. Brain dump is a huge one. This is one that I actually have set up where any kind of business ideas I have, I just start the note with brain dump. And again, it's kind of like this frictionless document, except it opens up a brain dump document and it adds everything into that brain dump document and helps organize my thoughts. Now, what this has done for me is I'm not holding on to all of these thoughts and constantly pinging these open loops of trying to remember what it is I need to do, or things that are causing friction in my life. I just help organize them into this digital world provided to me by Google and Gemini and make things easier for me. So why don't I show you actually how I go through and set up this process, because that takes a little bit of understanding as well. On your phone, if you just search for shortcuts, you can pull down and search for it, but you can see that it's already in the upper left-hand corner for me, shortcuts. A lot of people aren't leveraging this for themselves, and I have a shortcut that I've already created called Keep Dictation. If I click edit on this, you can see, it might look a little weird. It says Google Keep, create audio, and then open a URL. Well, what that's opening is the Google Keep app in a dictation format. So the cool thing is I can actually share an iCloud link with this to you, and I'm going to put it in the description below. And the only thing that you need to make sure that you have on your phone before you set this up is Google Keep, because it's not going to be able to open the app if you don't already have it available on your phone. So download the Google Keep app and then go in the description and copy this iCloud link that's going to create this shortcut for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to settings, and I never like trying to go through all the menus. It's too much to look at. So I'm going to click search, and I'm going to search back tap. So at the top here, you can see back tap. And it's going to open up basically what happens when you back tap this phone. So what I want to do for you is you're going to click on this and you're going to scroll down. You shouldn't have many of them because this is probably your first iPhone shortcut, but you should see one that says Keep Dictation. All right. So that's the one that you just copied to your phone that I provided to you, and you're going to click that. That's what's going to allow you to double tap the back of your phone and just start dictating into a Google Keep note. Again, this is my low friction capture tool. Next, what you need to do is if you have Gemini Pro account, again, that's if you have a Google Workspace business account, it's already included in there. I want you to go into the lower left-hand corner, into settings, into scheduled actions, and click new action. What you can name it here is up to you. I kind of like Keep Point Guard. I've already set one up, and I will give you the instructions that I use in my particular Keep Point Guard and set that up. Now, the one thing that you should be aware of is the daily schedule. Like, this will fire every day for you, but due to laws that kind of are related to battery life on a phone, you can't have your phone constantly working in the background for you without your knowledge. So what ends up happening is a lot of times I will get a notification on my phone for the time that I select, and it'll say Gemini, and all I have to do is go in and click that Gemini notification, and then it fires all of these automations, basically cleaning up my Google Keep notes into these different tasks. So some of them will become tasks, some will go on the friction list with ideas on how to solve the friction. Some will go onto this brain dump document, which helps organize my thoughts into themes based on different notes. And it's very easy for me to scan this. And it's great, I find too, when sometimes I'm like, what should I be working on right now? I have this involved there as well. But all of this is going to happen in the instructions and the daily schedule. Now, if you missed that daily schedule, you can just open up Gemini and tell it to run your Google Keep Point Guard action, and it will run all of this for you. So that is how I'm helping to tame my ADHD. And this is a system that I'm still developing, right? Google is changing all the time, especially Gemini, and there's always updates happening to it. And I've been refining the system over and over again. So subscribe to the channel to follow along, because I'm going to be providing updates on how I'm improving this. And what I would suggest too is check out the channel welcome trailer, because I do a little quick video about Newton's cradle, which I think may resonate with you if you are somebody with ADHD. I'll catch you in the next video.